Hey guys, today I'll be replacing the screen of an HP Pavilion dm4-2165dx entertainment PC. As you can see, it took a little crash on the floor because it's dented right there, and this side right here where the bezel is attached to the top is a little cracked right there. In order to do this, you will need carpet cutter, double-sided tape, and a number 0 Phillips screwdriver. The first part to this is kind of tricky. There's no typical screws on the outside of your bezel, so HP put these little plastic slits on the bottom that you have to use a carpet cutter to kind of pry it out. There's two. There's one right here and there's one right there. And to get to it, you have to use your carpet cutter and kind of pry in there and then pull out, and then this is what it looks like. It's just a tiny plastic little piece. And the other one I already took out right here, same thing. After you have those two pulled out, you'll notice that there's two screws in those squares that you just pulled out. Those are the two screws that attach the bezel that keep it onto the screen. So it's kind of tricky, but you have to take a screwdriver and screw it off on an angle. It might take a while. These are the two screws that you pulled out from the little black slits on the bottom. Put those off to the side. And now after you unscrew it, you once again use the carpet cutter and you have to unattach the bezel from the screen. For me, it was quite an easy job because it fell on the bezel, so it kind of cracked it, and all you have to do is stick it in between the bezel and the screen and you pry it a little. Just keep going straight down. And go across the top. Top is pretty loose already. Get the side. Once you have this off, don't be afraid to tug on it a little bit because there's two-sided tape that holds it. And then just pull it up, and that's the bezel. Once you have that off, you take the number 0 Phillips screwdriver again, and now you have 4 screws to unscrew. The top right, top left, and bottom right, and bottom left. So take your time and unscrew each one. After you take out the 4 screws from the top right, top left, bottom right, make sure you take out the battery because now you're going to actually have to unplug a cable from the screen. So now your screen should be loose. Close the screen at the same time, and now just let it lay down. You don't want to pull it out or anything because there's a cable attached to the bottom. This right here is the camera, the webcam. You don't have to really worry about that. Just take it off, and you can just stick it back right on where it was. And if the tape doesn't stick, you could just go back and stick it on with some regular tape. Alright, and now there's a piece of tape right here. You just have to tug at it. And here's where the cable's connected. Make sure to gently push out and unplug it. And that's your screen. You can see the ink stains from where it cracked. This is my old screen. It broke. I had to replace it. Your serial number's on the back if you need to find what number model this is to replace it. And that's how you take it out. Alright, and now this is my new screen from laptopscreen.com, and this is how we put it back on. It's the same exact way we did everything to take it off, just in reverse order. So flip it over like this, lay it down. Here is that cable connector that we took out. You have to plug this back in gently. There you go. Should slip right in. You could just put that tape over that was originally there. Lift it up. And now make the holes even with the screw holes. The 4 screw holes that we originally took off from the 4 corners. Get your number 0 Phillips screwdriver. And now you have to screw back in the 4 screws. They're a bit little and different in size from the 2 first ones that you unscrewed off to get the bezel off. They're a bit smaller, so make sure you use the smaller ones. This one should be it. I'll use the magnetic one. Hand in the back. Screw that on just like that. Take another small one. Alright, now you have those 4 back on. And now you have to put the bezel back on. This will just slip right on. Alright, now when you have the bezel slipped in, you could use double-sided tape to put on the inside of the bezel. Just put it on the inside of this so then it'll stick nicely. Put some right there too. Make sure you don't cover up the webcam area because there's a chip right there. You could put some on the side. And now just click it in. Everywhere. Mine's a bit hard to click in because of the dent on the side. And I found that the easiest way to do the bottom is by closing this and then flipping it around on your lap. And then the 2 screws that you initially took out on the bottom left and the bottom right that keep the bezel in, you're going to have to screw those back in. Alright, now after you screw these 2 screws in, you don't really have to put the plastic screens on top of them. It'd be a real pain to try putting them back. They only did that to hide the screws, make it look nice. Now all you have to do is put the battery back in. Turn it on. And the screen works perfectly. Thank you for watching. That's how you replace the screen, and good luck.